doubles and coffee, Rowley come up and say the UNC want him quartered and arrested and attacking him for meeting with Jindal. Rowley said he met with Jindal after he went to India and met with businessmen and so on. And Jindal came to Trinidad and Tobago to the diplomatic center to discuss an interest Jindal may have in the Petrotrin refinery. Okay, Rowley. Just a couple questions. How come Jindal did not bid when the bids went out in early May? And Rowley, if bids for the refinery were out and requests for proposals were out and a committee under Scotiabank and also Vishnu Danpal, the permanent secretary who became a PNM High Commissioner in London, if bids were actively being assessed and were already in, and the process, the tender process, the procurement process was underway, how can it be appropriate for you as Prime Minister, the ultimate decision maker, while a competitive tender is underway, to meet with a new prospective business investor for something that has already passed? Has the tender been opened, reopened? Who reopened it? And what do the other bidders think about this invasion of the procurement process? This carrying on without corporate governance practice, best practice. Did you just open up, reopen, or extend the deadline for tenders for Jindal, who you met? What is it appropriate for you to meet with 1 out of 9 bidders? Did you meet with the other 8 to have discussions with them? And Rowley, you have this way. You come out and you just talk. You just talk out large. When you do things that are bordering on criminal, which are criminal, or which the police should be investigating, you come out and you talk in front. But people know your strategy. So you are coming out to talk like it's normal. You are trying to normalize corrupt practice. You are trying to normalize breach of tender procedures. You are trying to normalize lack of corporate governance. You are trying to normalize red flags where goods providers are meeting face to face with a decision maker who is the Prime Minister. Those are all red flags of corruption and opportunity for businessmen to get an advantage, to give kickbacks, to give bribes, to have secret discussions. These things are not on in a developed country. With procurement, procurement must be open, competitive, and insulated. You are just talking out big and bold when you already breach every principle of tender procedure, competitive tender, finance rules, and procurement. And we the people all here to just take Rowley basket. Rowley's do the most insane, unethical, immoral things and just talk it out. And then all you will say, but wait now, he can't be guilty because he talk it out. For example, Rowley would tell you, ground report, they're talking about who I rape and I rape this and I rape that. Talking about when he was a teacher and he had sex with a girl of school age. Now, when you do the actual scientific analysis on the conception, you will say that the mother of his child, while Rowley was a teacher, that the impregnation, the sexual act took place at 16 years and 2 months. So that is 2 months over the age of statutory rape. So nobody could just call rape just like that. However, the police could investigate because it could be logical. A reasonable person would say that a virgin girl of school age would not just have sex immediately like that, that there would have been a grooming period, and that to become impregnated on a one-shot, one-kill kind of thing is very rare. So it requires detailed investigation. And if there was any sexual intercourse before the age of 16, then a different criminal aspect needs to be investigated and dealt with. But Rowley come out and talk. But Rowley, you are a teacher. You use your position of power, love, trust to get pum-pum from a girl of school age, you miscreant. But you talk out of it, talk out like it's something big. Rowley just talk out things. He said, yes, I went by the president. I could go and talk to the president anytime. When he got wind of a merit list, went to the president, Paula May Weeks, lied about it. Both of them stayed silent. Had a parliament call, a session, double session, to call a tribunal, and had independent senators whose sister was involved voting against the process and allowing a speaker to say no debate, just vote. And then we realized that Rowley caused the President of the Republic to breach Section 123(4) of the Constitution, where she was duty-bound to send that merit list to Parliament. And the President instead called and caused Bliss Sipasa to misbehave in public office, a criminal offense, and withdraw a merit list that she had no authority so to do. But Rowley talk out about it like normalize that corrupt behavior. And it goes on and on and on. When Rowley talked this week here, talking about, oh, the cabinet agreed with some money to pay some law firm in England to investigate political opponents. Rowley, that's not your purview. You cannot instruct how you cannot choose. The police must do their work. The police could choose. The police must choose the investigator. The cabinet cannot. And how the cabinet and SRPK know which cases they want to investigate. And imagine, Rowley, after 9 years, you in charge with your nasty, miscreant, disgusting, vindictive, wicked, illegal, immoral, unethical behavior. And you can't lock up nobody. You're talking about a civil case in EMBD? No criminal charges. And what about the criminal charges against and investigations against you and your cabinet? What about your Chinese gate? What the Integrity in Public Life Act is so clear that you must declare a benefit from any one source in a 12-month period over and above $5,000. 500,000 is above $5,000. You got a discount on a property from your former business partner and friend who is in receipt of government contracts as you got your discount. That is a breach. It's simple English. You did not declare it. You did not declare the benefit. Then you changed the Integrity Commission chairman because they dared to investigate. And you come out and talk about it big and bad. The other day, just out of the blue, he come to talk about land deed and how he wake up. And just so they were going to have 17 charges, 17 indictments against him. And Rowley talk about it big and bold with no shame. Because they didn't go through the process, the Integrity Commission, of having accumulated all that evidence against him, being ready and having a file that the DPP actually said has merit and charges waiting 17. They did not notify him to hear what he had to say. So the charges and everything was quashed, the investigation. Now the investigation could have been restarted and done over. Why didn't it restart? But Rowley come out and talk like that is some big thing. And then trying to pretend about live sport. The Kamala put an audit. The audit was the final audit report. Number one. Number two. And me, Anil Roberts, my name not in no audit, never was in no audit, under no investigation, no link, no nothing. So Rowley, you could talk and talk live sport from now till you're dead. If there's anything at all wrong with any program under government, those in charge, those who are responsible with proper procedures and public servants who are in charge of spending money, procuring and following finance rules, if anything goes wrong, then them have to deal with it. Not a minister who does not get involved. Not a minister who does not meet with investors. Not a minister who does not go to the diplomatic center to shake hands with a businessman on corruption charges while a tender procedure is ongoing, showing preference, showing and spoiling and showing and giving opportunity for fraudulent practice. That is you, Rowley. Rowley just come out and talk big and bold in the face of the most heinous acts, the most inappropriate actions, the most disgraceful, corrupt acts, meeting with corrupt businessmen while tender going on. Rowley, you normalize that, and y'all people and the media allow that to pass. And y'all don't say, but Rowley, are you a madman? The date for bids passed. How you entertaining a businessman who did not put in a bid? Because if he put in a bid before, then Rowley will lie because it didn't have nothing with your trip to do, with your trip to India, and then you met him and they came and there was interest and you did so good. Because if he had in a bid before the deadline, Rowley, the deadline was before your trip to India, so you get catch lying again. Y'all have elected and voted for a miscreant and a pathological liar. His dance and his way to get out of his corrupt acts is just to talk it out. Talk it out bold-faced. The man is a bold-faced, pathologically dishonest human being. And when all you get a chance to vote, you have to remember all these things. Understand that? Rowley boy. But anyway, Express, TV6, media, all you like what all you put the PNM, all you push the PNM so your shareholders could make money. Now you're crying when the monster coming to bite you, OCM. Now you're crying when Rowley wants to show you that he is the tyrannical oppressor that he is. The PNM has elected and selected the worst of the worst to lead them. Let us not allow the PNM to leave the worst of the worst on top of us. Get ready to vote. Stop the nonsense talk. Rowley's the devil. Imagine a man from Zimbabwe or somewhere in Africa win a tender process, an interview process, a selection process to be the CEO of our water, our WASA. You know the man dead before he could take up the post. Yeah, no, the man dead.